Boom. I just had a brief conversation with a gentleman at the Marathon gas station. I said, okay, you have the pumps there displaying the image, the basically your trademark Marathon. That's good. Underneath it has endurance, underneath the pump. So I see what y'all did there. In order to run a marathon, you need endurance. We must train our endurance before we proceed to run a marathon. And it takes endurance, strength, courage, integrity, peace, love, joy, hope, faith. But most importantly, that comes from God. All these things are required to make it through a marathon. All these feelings and emotions, because it's a constant pull on these thoughts as you're running. There's no such thing as having blank thoughts. You're always thinking something. There's something going on in there, right? When you're in a trance, you're still meditating on something. So it's not necessarily a trance. It's just a pause on your, but not necessarily your bodily functions or your mental state or whatever. But that's what a trance is. You're still thinking. So you want to reflect on those things I just mentioned. I can't think about them right now. But yeah, anyway, I digress. In order to run a marathon, it requires endurance. As believers of Christ, how do we get endurance? Physically, in the physical realm. Simply, you must hydrate the living water. And before you even start the race, maybe a few hours ahead, maybe a day before, you want to carb up, right? The carbs are energy to our body. So what is carbs? Bread. What did the disciples tell Jesus? But we have no bread. And Jesus is like, I am the bread of life. Before you run a marathon, carb up and partake of the bread of life and the living water. That's Jesus Christ, the Son of God, King of kings, Lord of lords, dominion over all that exists. Labor Day.